so much for clicking on my channel. We're all smiles over here. I am Will Sanja. It's like asking a question. Will Sanja help you keep your smile for today? And hopefully the answer is yes, you guys. I'm going to try not to keep it long, but y'all already know if it gets good, I'm going to keep on talking. The golden nugget today is dealing with grief. Listen, I have already seen y'all today, but I was going through some things and I came across a poem that I received when my dad passed away back in 1998, y'all. Let me tell y'all something. Dealing with grief, it's a forever thing. The best way to deal with it is to experience it. Sometimes people say, you still crying when you think of your dad? You still cry when you think of your mom? You still do that? Yes. The thing is, when you deal with grief, it is the physical of that individual that you really miss. I want to let you guys know that sometimes when you're not aligned and connected, you do think that that individual is gone forever, per se. At least it feels that way. I want to remind you that they can do so much more for you now than they were able to do in the physical. Why? Because now that they have transitioned on to that good, that new of good goods and yum yums, they are able to see what God sees in your life. And even for their life, because they're not weighed down by the flesh or the ego anymore, okay? So now, when they are guiding you as your guardian angels, they're able to push you in the direction that God wants you to go. The love never stops. The kisses never stops. That's why every once in a while, you can still smell your dad's cologne. I know I do, y'all. Sometimes I can be walking through the house and I can smell my, oh, Dad. All right, how you doing, Dad? What's up? I still talk to my dad like he's still here, y'all, because I know he is in the spirit realm. And that's why you're still able to smell your mom's perfume, or smell your granddaddy's pipe, or your uncle's pipe, or every once in a while you can hear the laughter, or you can feel the sunshine of their smile. That's because they're still here with you. The thing is that I want to tell you, when you're dealing with your grief, make sure that your tears are not tears of sorrow and sadness. Why? Because those types of tears, when you're dealing with the grief, they promote negativity, they promote depression, they promote putting you in a space where you can't have positive vibes, where you are in a space where you can't be lifted up, where you can't continue moving forward. When you grieve, whether it's a tear here, a tear there, or if you sometimes cry ocean like I do when you're thinking about your loved ones, listen, make sure that these are tears of celebrating who they were in the physical, okay? Celebrating the great advice that they gave you, celebrating the examples that they showed you, celebrating the love that they gave you, celebrating their smiles when they gave it, celebrating their laughter when you heard it. You understand what I'm saying? So when you grieve, make sure that it's that type of grieving. You can still cry. Don't let nobody tell you that you should be over it now. It's a lifetime thing. There are some people that have been passed on for 30 and 40 years, and guess what? There are some people still shedding a tear and shedding an ocean over them being here in the physical realm. And I'm here to tell you that it's super duper natural. I just want you to make sure that you're shedding a tear or shedding an ocean, okay, in positiveness when you do grieve, okay? Here's the thing, y'all. I'm going to read this poem to you guys, and I want to remind you guys, because I'm already almost at 4 minutes. I want to remind you, like I said, that your loved ones, your friends, or whoever it is that have transitioned, no matter whether it was today or 5 years ago, 10 years, 20 years, 50 years ago, it doesn't matter. I want you to know that they are doing more for you now than they were able to do in the physical realm, because they're still guiding you. They're your guardian angels now, and they can see what God has in store for you. And if it's up to them, they're not going to let you give up. That's why you see when you wake up in the morning and don't feel like you can do it, and you just automatically get that push. That's them saying, get up, girl. We got to get this manifestation. Get up, man. You got to get this manifestation. Get up. And they're pushing you. They're guiding you. So listen, keep the smile. Continue grieving if you need to. Continue shedding that tear or the ocean. I'm going to read this to you, and I hope that this helps you to get on through your day, continue moving forward, because guess what? They are still able to give you a kiss. They are still able to give you love and give you smiles and give you high fives in this spiritual world, okay, that you're in. Because when you're aligned and connected, you know your spirit being inside anyway, right? Just stay aligned and connected. You'll feel all that good stuff, okay? Here we go. Let me read this poem because I'm already at 5 minutes. Here it goes, y'all. It's called I'm Free. Now, I don't know who really wrote this poem. I know at the bottom it says courtesy of Meadows. That was the name of the funeral home or what have you. I don't know if they're the ones that wrote it, but if you know who the true author of this poem is, then y'all please put it in the comments. And if you don't, enjoy the poem, and I'm gonna try not to make any mistakes, and I'm gonna try not to shed a tear or ocean while reading it. All right, here we go, y'all. I'm free. Don't grieve for me, for now I'm free. I am following the path God has laid, you see. I took his hand when I heard his call. I turned my back and left it all. I could not stay another day to laugh, to love, to work or play. Tasks left undone must stay that way. I finally found that peace at the close of the day. If my parting has left a void, then fill it with remembered joys. That's what I'm talking about. Remembered joys. That's the type of grief we want, and tears of ocean that we want to cry. Remembered joys. It says, a friendship shared, a laugh, a kiss. Oh yes, these things I too will miss in this physical ring. It says, be not burdened with times of sorrow. Didn't I just say that? I wish you the sunshine of tomorrow. Isn't that nice? My life's been full. I have savored much. Good friends, good times, a loved one's touch. That means, listen, not only did your loved ones and friends that have transitioned on have touched your life, but you have touched their life. And when God calls you to the next transition of the new of this next life in the spirit realm, they can leave in peace because you have, okay, hold it together, girl, hold on, give me a minute. I have touched them in a way that now they have the peace to know that it's okay for them to transition to the next level because you have given them all that you needed to give them for the time. See, sometimes we can be in a selfish state to where we want to hold on to our loved ones and friends and whatnot to stay in the physical world. But the truth is, once they have received all that they have needed to give, hold it together, girl, to give in this physical world, and all that they have received from this physical world from you, then when God says, okay, come on, it's time to transition, they can transition in peace. Okay. Get it together. Okay, all right, I'm getting back to it. All right, y'all, all right, here we go. It says here, my life's been full, I have savored much, thanks to you and thanks to me. Good friends, good times, a loved one's touch. That's the touch we're talking about. Perhaps my time seemed all too brief. Listen, it's gonna always seem too brief. My dad has been gone and transitioned since 1998, and I still feel like it was way too soon. And some of you guys, it's been 30 and 40 and 50 years, and it still seemed too soon for you, right? That they left. It says here, don't lengthen it now with undue grief. They're talking about the grief of sorrow. You feeling sorrowful and feeling sad and get into a depressed state. You don't want to be, they don't want you like that, okay? My dad didn't want me like that, and I know your loved ones don't want you like that either. It says, lift up your hearts, and peace to thee. That means having a peaceful mind. That means what? You got to stay aligned and connected. That means when you're grieving, you got to still stay positive. You got to keep a positive mind and thinking possible, which means what? Having remembered joys. That's the type of grief you want to shed when you're shedding your tears and you're shedding the oceans like I sometimes do. It says, God wanted me now. That means it was time for them to go. They had received all that they needed from you, and they had given all that you needed from them. Even though you said, no, I think I needed more from my dad, or I think I needed more from my mom, or I think I needed more from my grandmama. I think I needed more from my uncle. I think I needed more from my friend. I think I needed more from that stranger. Listen, When God transitioned them on, that means everything that they have given you, that they gave you, that was all you needed to continue moving forward. It says, God wanted me now. He set me free. And the freeness that they received when they transitioned on to the next life, guess what, y'all? Now, like I said, they're able to help you so much more in this spirit realm that they're in. Why? Because they can see where God is taking you. And when it feels like that you want to give up and throw in the towel, and you want to remove yourself from the seat that God has set you in, your loved ones, the dad or the mom, whoever transition on, or the grandparents or what have you, they'll say, you better sit your little rump down. God got something in store for you, and we're not going to let you give up. We're not going to let you throw in the towel. They're there coasting you along the way, rooting for you, clapping, saying, you got it. You got it. Just when you feel like you don't have no more strength, they say, hey, here's some more strength. Keep moving forward. They're there rooting you on. That's why when you grieve, you can't grieve a sorrowfulness. You can't be in depression over there. You can't be in a depressed mode, in a dark place. Why? Because they're giving you nothing but sunshine, nothing but light, nothing but love. They still can love you where they are. They still are giving you kisses. Like I said, that's why you can still smell them. I can smell my dad. My dad used to wear, he used to wear a different type of colognes, but a type of cologne that I remember my dad wearing, it was called Gray Flannan. And let me tell you something. Every once in a while, I could be walking around in my house, or I could be walking in the grocery store, or I could be out for a walk, or I could be driving in the car, and guess what? Gray Flannan will go across my nose. And I'll go, hey, Dad, how you doing? What's going on? What you got to tell me? Are you still protecting me? I know you are. And that's why you can still smell your mama's perfume. Or guess what? Somebody will walk up to you and say, hey, how's it going? And they'll have an awesome, beautiful conversation with you. And they say, oh, my name is... And they may have the name of a loved one that has passed on. It happens to me all the time. My husband and I, when we were in California, I think we went to a ship called the Midway, if I'm not mistaken. And this guy just started talking to me and my husband. He used to work on the ship. He was actually a cook on the ship. And he was about to leave, but then he saw us and he started talking to my husband and I. And he was saying, hey, how's it going? Well, how's things going? He just started giving my husband and I advice, saying, continue loving on each other and don't bicker and don't da-da-da. He just started saying a whole lot of stuff, just telling us about his life story. And then something said, look at his name tag. And I looked at his name tag and it said, Charlie. That's my grandmother's name. And I got the vibes of greatness, of goodness. And I said, hey, grandmama, how you doing? Every once in a while, I'm driving down the street and I can see something that says my dad's name on it. And I get super duper excited. My dad's name is Wilson, hence my name is Will Sanja, okay? Okay? And so sometimes when somebody's talking, they say, my name is Wilson, or I see Wilson, or I hear Charlie Wilson singing on the radio, and I say, hey, grandmama and daddy. You know what I mean? So, you know, they touch us in different ways. It's not in the same way it was when they were in the physical, but they are still able to bless us in the spirit realm. And we know they do. That's why I'm telling you, make sure you are grieving in remembered joys. Make sure you stay in a positive mindset when you're thinking about them. Because guess what? As the poem said, they free, honey. There ain't no need for you being over there, being in a dark place when they in brightness, okay? They want you to continue experiencing brightness. And guess what? When you do have those days when you don't think you can make it, they bring sunshine to you. They still giving you smiles and coasting you along the way. So stay encouraged, be encouraged. Y'all, this is a long one. I felt like I needed to do it because somebody was over there crying your eyeballs out. And ain't nothing wrong with that. But the way you were crying, you were getting yourself in a dangerous place, of a place of what? Being depressed, in a place of being in a dark space, in a space of being sorrowful, in a space of being wet, where you feel like they are gone forever. And I'm just here to tell you that they're still with you, and they are your guardian angels, and that's why you have dreams about them. And it seems like it's so real. Can I tell you what? Can I tell you something? It's real, baby. It's real. That's why they're still with you. So listen, continue experiencing your tears of remembered joys, and don't let nobody tell you that you should be over it now, because it's a lifetime. It's a lifetime of remembering your loved ones, your friends, strangers that you met for one time, but they touched your life in some way. It's a lifetime of remembering them. So thus, it will be a lifetime of shedding a tear or two, or shedding an ocean in remembered joys, okay? I'll talk to y'all soon. I hope y'all got it. I hope y'all feel better. And I hope y'all continue remembering that they are not gone. They are still with you. They still love you. They're giving you kisses. They're giving you smiles, and they're coasting you along the way, making sure that you stay on the right path, making sure that you get what is promised to you, okay? They love you, and I love you too. If you didn't get this thing, rewind it and watch again. In the meantime, in between time, if you take just a little bit of what I'm telling you and apply to your life to the best of your ability, you won't ever have to mask a smile. Why? Because your smiles will always be genuine. I'll talk to y'all soon. Be blessed, stay blessed, be blessed, stay blessed. Be blessed, stay blessed. Y'all know what's coming next. Ciao.